1st, 2014 meeting to order. The invocation will be given, I don't see Brother Tate, is he here? All right, Delvick McKay will be given our invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance by Commissioner Barberie. Please stand.
May we pray together. Eternal God, our Father, how thankful and grateful we are for this day that you've given unto us. We are truly appreciative for all. Are we ready, Tate?
All right. Welcome, first of all. Whereas the profession of lineman is steeped in personal, family, and professional tradition. Whereas linemen are often the first responders during the storms and other catastrophic events, working to make the scene safer for other public safety heroes. Whereas these brave men and women are essential to the protection of our community and our nation. Whereas linemen work with thousands of volts of electricity high atop power lines 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to keep our electricity flowing. Whereas linemen must work under dangerous conditions to construct and maintain the energy infrastructure for the whole city of Dothan. Whereas linemen put their lives on the line every single day with little recognition from the community regarding the danger and difficulty of their work. So therefore, I, Mike Schmitz, mayor of the great city of Dothan, who have the greatest linemen, do hereby proclaim the first Monday in June every year as Lineman Appreciation Day. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. Sir?
I just want to say thank you to the city and thank you to the linemen. These guys, during the ice storm, they were out there working. They had trees falling around them. They had lines falling around them. They were freezing out there. It was really cold. Then we go to the other situation. We have a thunderstorm. It's really hot. It's rainy. Ask them what their gloves feel like when they work with electricity. You have to have guts. You have to have strength. And you have to have really good training. It takes 4 years for these guys to be a journeyman. So they spend a lot of time out there. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate them. And the other is, I'd put our guys up against anybody and everybody. We have the greatest linemen. We really do. We appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Lead lineman, even though he looks like he's about 17. And then Craig Smith. Joe Marshall's in the middle, one of our line foremen. Tyrone Spencer and Steve Lanton, one of our lead linemen. These guys do a wonderful job. The other thing I'd like everybody to remember their families and wives. While we're off working, the families are home taking care of themselves. So if y'all would, remember all that.
And also bring up the fact that they have responded to numerous hurricanes, other numerous natural disasters, as these linemen volunteer to go away from their families, live in less than ideal conditions, to help restore the power somewhere that has had a significant tragedy in that community.
Yeah, we sent a crew up to Coleman when the tornadoes hit Tuscaloosa and all. How long were you up there, T? 10 days? 11 days up to Coleman, and they really appreciate it. In fact, I still talk quite a bit to the group from Coleman, and anytime they need somebody, they're going to call us. So.
Thank you all.
Thanks, sir. Okay. I was told they're going to be here, Mayor, but if you'll remember the last, I think it was 2 meetings ago, we had presentation of the scholarships by AMEA, and I think I did actually declare that Joseph Hukinka was a recipient of AMEA, but just as a reminder, he's the son of Stephen and Joanne Hukinka of Dothan. He's a senior at Dothan High. He plans to attend the University of Alabama in Huntsville and major in civil engineering. And he is a trumpet section leader of Dothan High School marching and symphonic bands and a member of the SAD Club. He is also a volunteer with one of the projects the Commission support, which is Mama Tina's Mission House and Habitat for Humanity. And they are members of the family, the Hukinka family, a member of Evergreen Presbyterian Church. And actually, Mayor, and Commission, they were one of the first ones that volunteered for the recycling program.
Okay, good.
Really wanted the recycling program very bad. I want to thank again Commissioner Baxley and Commissioner Ferguson for presenting 2 of the 3 scholarships to the 3. Of course, the other 2 were Anna Lofton and Trista Thompson. And I know we just recognized the linemen, but Dothan Utilities hosted a lineman workshop here for all the AMEA member cities here in Dothan, and I understand it's a pretty good continuing education unit seminar. So I want to thank Billy and you, City Manager, for spearheading that. So,
Including myself, whose garbage is picked up on Friday. It will be picked up on Wednesday. Your garbage and your recycling will be picked up on Wednesday this week. I know Commissioner Baxley sent out his newsletter yesterday and reminded everybody of that. And so, again, if you know anyone, make sure it's been advertised in the paper. I've heard it mentioned on WTVY. But you know, get the word out to anybody, neighbors, or anybody. If you're a Friday pickup, that Friday pickups for recycling and garbage will be Wednesday of this week. Second thing is that it's hot and humid days. I think Thursday is scheduled to be 100. I would remind everybody that our rec centers are open. They have air conditioning. Randy, right? Okay. And therefore, if anyone is having trouble, you know, in the heat, they're more than welcome. Elston with those will make a room available for people to sit in. So there is, you know, cooling stations at our rec centers for those people. And then finally, the way it is right now, that while the pool at Doug 2 is open, the building will be formally opened July the 14th. And that concludes my remarks.
Thank you, sir. Warrants and the aggregate principal amount of $10,705,000 for the refinancing of the called 2005 general obligation warrants.
Motion for immediate consideration.
Second.
All in favor say yay.
Yay.
All opposed say nay.
Motion approved.
second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
All opposed say nay. This is a good job. It saved how much?
$899,880.
A question there, Mr.
Sure. Yes, sir.
Mr. City Manager. On the last couple of years, we go up to 5%. Am I right? Am I looking at that?
Or have you, I don't have the schedule in front of me. Is that what was the maximum interest rate? Fraser Lanier is here.
Yeah.
I'm John Mazik with Fraser Lanier Company.
Hi,
We
John.
handle the underwriting of this, and
Great.
a couple of facts. I'll just help you with that question as well. The number that I've got is $925,000 in savings. We reduced debt service for the city by $120,000 each year, except in 2014 when it actually is reduced $220,000. We got an upgrade by Standard & Poor's. It's the first time you've been in the AA category. Moody's stayed the same, but Moody's gave high marks to both Angela and Mike, really high marks to both of you, and you should know that. They're very complimentary. And also Matt Parker was very helpful in the rating agency presentation. And the interest rate is not 5%. It's I can pull the numbers and get with you after this, but the net interest cost is well below that.
Yeah. Okay, my question, I was looking at the beginning of 2016, I believe it is, we had 2%, and if I'm looking in the wrong location. And then we had 2%, then we went to 3%, and then the last 2 years of this, I think 17, 18, a little farther out, we were at 5%. So what, maybe I'm looking at the wrong figure, but I'll be glad to get with you after this.
I'll just get with you after this, okay?
Thank you, sir.
My big question here in my mind, and when I get with you, is that whatever interest rate we start out with, I recognize we're doing a great savings, but I don't want to see that, you know, I'm concerned when we escalate a little bit on that, but I'll talk with you after.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Just for everybody's information, John has a relative whose picture is on the wall in this chambers.
He does. Okay, John.
It's a fun fact. My great uncle was mayor ago in Earl moved
Oh, no kidding.
some time ago. He's right up there.
Remember him?
Cool.
You remember him?
Of course I do.
All right, going forward. Item number 11, ordinance number 2014-161, rezoning property owned by Jack Sconiers located 3601 Reeves Street from AC to district to B2 district.
Motion to,
For immediate consideration.
Second.
All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Opposed say
motion to
nay.
approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
Opposed say nay. Item number 12, resolution number 2014-162, declaring certain properties which are overgrown with weed, scrub, wild bushes, grass, and other vegetable growth as injurious to the health, safety, and welfare of the community as nuisances, and ordering that the properties be abated.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
All opposed say nay. Item number 13, resolution number 2014-163, declaring certain properties as creating a nuisance, constituting a hazard to public health, safety, and convenience of the citizens, and authorizing the demolition and removal of said properties.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor. Once again, I brought up an issue with these, with the cost and such, and how it's not been put on public records. We're clear on that now. We've got a new process in place, I believe, that's going to help clarify that and make that.
Yes, what we're going to do is we're going to basically put the property information on the resolution. Isn't that right, Todd? And then we're going to actually file the resolution with the court.
That's correct. For the resolution that you passed today, we're going to modify that, put the deed book on it, and when we record that, recording office tells us that will be, they'll be able to search that, and they'll come up in their search. So we think we found a solution to making sure that it is discoverable now in a title search.
What is the time between when we first authorize an abatement to when that's going to be recorded?
A couple of days.
Okay.
You know, as soon as it's signed, we get the information on there and go record it.
Okay. What I noticed is beforehand, though. Any notices recorded beforehand? Because but what I mean is, they've got two structures we just authorized here. When did these first become in non-compliance? How long did it take for them to get to this level right now?
I'd have to go back and look at those.
So you still have that gap in time right there. That's my main concern, is that someone could miss that if there's a property transfer in between.
Well, until you vote to approve that it's abated, I mean, it goes to the Housing Code Abatement Board, but it's until you make that decision that it's, you know, it's really not official.
But I understand, but that's what you guys still need to look at, though. So I've been.
When
for 2 years.
does the sign go on the property? After we vote?
Couple weeks before this meeting.
Okay. Okay.
A question, Mr. Manager. Are there residents, anyone living in that house 301?
I don't think so either. Nobody's living at 301. Most of the homes we tear down, there's nobody living in.
Well,
In fact, they're so bad, nobody could live in
I
them.
would like all the homes,
Yeah.
not to have anyone living in.
Well, I'd say that because there may be a vagrant at some point in time living in one.
the reason I ask that is that continuously I see people in and out of there, and this may be some of the same thing we're suffering in other parts of the city where no residents live there, but we have probably homeless or others who are.
Or people go in and use drugs, you know, I mean, it is. But no, we would never tear down a structure that somebody used as a home.
Yeah,
Right.
just wanted to,
Okay.
thank you.
We would
Thank
go
you.
out of our way to work with them to try to get, you know, the home livable, I guess, is the better.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Any other discussion? I'm going to call for a vote. All in favor say yea.
Yea.
All opposed say nay. Thank you, Todd. Item number 14, resolution number 2014-164, declaring certain properties which are overgrown with weeds, scrub, wild bushes, grass, and other vegetable growth as injurious to the health, safety, welfare of the community as nuisances, calling for a public hearing to be held in the matter during the regularly scheduled commission meeting August 5th, 2014.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
All opposed say nay. Item number 15, resolution number 2014-165, entering into agreement with Fort Rucker Family, Morale, Welfare, and Recreation to sponsor Wiregrass Freedom Fest 2014 in the amount of $2,250.
Motion approved.
Second.
I'm really grateful for this. This started last year when Congress cut funding for the Department of Defense, which floated down to Fort Rucker, and the general just felt bad because they were cutting hours, flight time hours, that to take any of the budget for Freedom Fest. Freedom Fest is a wonderful celebration in our community at Fort Rucker. Thousands of people, soldiers love it, families love it. You are invited to go. It'll be July 4th. So the mayors all got together, and I'm just grateful. This commission and this city's always supported Fort Rucker, so thank you for that. All in favor say yea.
Yea.
All opposed say nay. Item number 16, resolution number 2014-166, approving the vacation annulment of a portion of the Casey Court to use for public as a street right-of-way.
Motion approved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yea.
Yea.
All opposed say nay. Item number 17, resolution number 2014-167, entering into a contract awarding the bid and issuing a notice to proceed to Wiregrass Construction Company, Flowers Chapter Road Improvements Project in the amount of $928,937.59, appropriating funds for a said project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion?
I'd like to comment on this, Mayor. In 2007, the city resurfaced Flowers Chapel Road, spent about $200,000 on their part. At that point, the city only maintained the road down to the treatment plant. The county maintained the balance of it, which the county resurfaced the rest of it also. We spent a good bit of money on that, and I'm not sure that we have a lot of a change in traffic out there. I'm a home builder, and we built in Chapelwood and all those areas out there. Basically, all that stuff's been built up. The only thing that's been built out there has been the apartment complex at the end. So my question is, why wasn't these turn lanes and all done in 2007? It's just 7 years ago.
Well, I can't answer why it wasn't done.
And so we're going to go back and tear up some, we're not going to resurface all of it, but anywhere you put a turn lane, they're going to resurface the whole road and spend money again.
Right. Well, I will just say, during the planning session, when we had the discussion, we made it a priority, and, you know, it is one of the fastest growing areas in the community. We have Forever Wild project to be out there in the next 60 days. I think this is a good investment, so, but
Mayor, I've lived out that direction for 14 years. I drive at least once a day, if not more, and it's a good project. I mean, I saw the plans, and they make a lot of sense, but for me, I've never had a problem getting from A to B. I can't ever recall being stuck in traffic on that road, so it is a good project. I'm not saying it's not necessary, but for me, the timing is not the greatest. I think there's a lot of other uses for $1 million we could do that are more important. I realize we did prioritize it. I don't know that I realized the scope of the project at that time, but
Right.
And two, it may be a good time for us to consider revisiting our priorities 6 months into the year when sales tax revenues are not what we expected them to be, and maybe we need to reshuffle the deck at times if we can,
okay.
personally.
And I'm not sure we don't need to involve the staff in projects like this when our planning. Our staff knows more about the traffic counts and problem areas than we do in most cases, so
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised they don't need to be involved in some of this.
They actually were involved. I mean, that's how we got it started. But I understand you're talking about during the planning stage.
We did a planning session, we brought it back to them and told them to do it. They had nothing to say with it,
Okay.
other than doing it for us.
All right. Any other discussion?
Yeah, Mayor, I've said some comments publicly. I don't think, redesign of Flowers Chapel Road is necessarily about traffic jams. I think it's about safety of our citizens. As I've stated publicly, it has one of the largest neighborhoods in southeast Alabama, not just in Dothan. I think additional turn lanes are necessary. I think it will also enhance the Forever Wild project that the whole commission supported. We've already voted to approve the design fees for this. I'm not in favor of shelving another.
Now entering into an agreement with the Alabama Department of Transportation for permission to perform necessary maintenance to its utility lines along ALUS Route 84, beginning milepost 204.8, ending at milepost number 207. So, resolution number 2014-174, resolution number 2014-175, resolution number 2014-176, and resolution number 2014-177, which all has to do with laying fiber optic cable.
Motion to
We
approve.
have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
Yay.
All opposed say nay. Thank you all. Appreciate it. All right. How about adjournment? No, I'm sorry. I'm way ahead. We better pay our, yeah. Resolution number 2014-178, awarding bids, approving purchases over $15,000 by the city.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say yay.
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 All opposed say nay. Item number 29, resolution number 2014-179, approving an advanced travel request for our city employees.
Motion to approve.